Welcome to our channel. Today we delve into the dark heart of the top 10 bombs that shook the world, explosions that echoed not just through the air, but through the very fabric of our civilization. From Hiroshima to modern terrorism, these events have left an indelible mark on history, shaping our world in profound and unsettling ways. On August 6, 1945, the world changed forever. A blinding flash over Hiroshima, Japan, announced the arrival of a terrifying age of unimaginable destructive power. The atomic bomb, nicknamed Little Boy, incinerated tens of thousands and cast a long, dark shadow over humanity's future. The mushroom cloud, a grim spectre of death, climbed miles into the sky, visible for hundreds of miles. The bomb unleashed a force equivalent to 15,000 tons of TNT, leveling over 4 square miles of the city. Buildings vaporized in the searing heat, their shadows etched onto the ground, haunting reminders of lives extinguished in a heartbeat. The very air itself became superheated, setting off firestorms that raged through the ruins. In the aftermath, a landscape of unimaginable horror unfolded. Twisted metal skeletons of buildings reached towards the sky, surrounded by a sea of ash and rubble. Survivors, many horribly burned and scarred, stumbled through the ruins, searching desperately for loved ones. The immediate death toll, already staggering, would continue to climb as radiation sickness claimed countless more lives. The genetic legacy of the bomb would haunt generations to come. The bombing of Hiroshima marked a turning point in human history. The world had entered the atomic age, an era where the power to destroy entire cities rested in the hands of man. From the ashes of Hiroshima, a glimmer of hope emerged as the world began to grapple with the need for international cooperation and arms control. Just 3 days after Hiroshima, a second atomic bomb, even more powerful, was dropped on Nagasaki. This bomb, codenamed Fat Man, unleashed a 21-kiloton blast, obliterating a large portion of the city and killing an estimated 40,000 people. The target, the industrial valley of Urakami, was vaporized in a blinding flash, leaving behind a crater over 100 feet deep. Buildings within a mile radius were reduced to rubble, and the intense heat ignited fires that raged through the city. The bombing of Nagasaki brought a swift end to the Pacific War. Japan, facing the unimaginable destructive power of this new weapon, surrendered unconditionally on August 15, 1945. Yet, the victory celebrations were tempered by the sobering realization of the terrible cost of victory. The combined death toll of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, exceeding 200,000, cast a pall over the post-war world. The use of atomic bombs on Japan remains a deeply controversial topic to this day. Some argue it was a necessary evil, while others condemn it as a war crime. Regardless, the bombings serve as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of nuclear war. On October 30th, 1961, above Novaya Zemlya, a mushroom cloud of unimaginable size climbed into the sky. This was the detonation of Tsar Bomba, the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated. The Tsar Bomba, with a yield of 50 megatons, was 3,300 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The shockwaves from the blast circled the Earth 3 times, and the mushroom cloud soared 40 miles high. This monstrous explosion was a demonstration of power, a chilling reminder of the stakes of the Cold War. The morning of April 19, 1995, dawned bright and clear in Oklahoma City, but the tranquility was shattered at 9:02 a.m. A deafening roar shook the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building, ripping through its core and leaving behind a scene of unimaginable carnage. This was not a natural disaster, but a deliberate act of terror, the deadliest domestic terrorist attack in US history at the time. The bomb, a lethal cocktail of ammonium nitrate fertilizer and fuel oil packed into a rented truck, had detonated outside the building, instantly killing 168 people, including 19 children at a daycare center. The blast, felt for miles around, ripped apart the building's facade, sending tons of concrete and steel crashing down onto unsuspecting victims. In the aftermath, rescuers frantically searched for survivors amidst the rubble. Images of firefighters carrying dust-covered children from the wreckage seared themselves into the nation's consciousness. The bombing, perpetrated by Timothy McVeigh, an anti-government extremist, sent shockwaves through America and the world. It exposed the vulnerability of even the most seemingly secure societies to the threat of terrorism. On a quiet Sunday morning in Beirut, Lebanon, on October 23, 1983, the fragile peace was shattered by a deafening explosion. A yellow Mercedes truck, laden with explosives, rammed through a gate and detonated inside a building housing US Marine peacekeepers. The building, reduced to rubble in an instant, became a tomb for 241 American servicemen. Just minutes later, a similar attack struck a French military barracks nearby, killing 58 French paratroopers. The twin bombings, the deadliest single-day loss of life for the US military since the Vietnam War, sent shockwaves through the world. The attacks, attributed to Hezbollah, exposed the vulnerability of Western forces in the Middle East. It also highlighted the growing threat of suicide terrorism, a tactic that would become tragically commonplace in the years to come. The Beirut bombings marked a turning point in the Lebanese civil war. On December 21, 1988, Pan Am Flight 103, en route from London to New York, exploded over Lockerbie, Scotland. All 259 people on board, including 189 Americans, perished, along with 11 residents of Lockerbie. The bombing, the deadliest terrorist attack in the United Kingdom's history, exposed the vulnerability of civilian aviation to terrorism. The investigation eventually traced the bombing to Libyan intelligence agents, highlighting the global reach of terrorist networks. The Boston Marathon, a cherished annual tradition, transformed into a scene of chaos and carnage on April 15, 2013. 2 pressure cooker bombs exploded near the finish line, killing 3 spectators, including an 8-year-old boy, and injuring hundreds more. The explosions, captured on countless cell phone cameras and security footage, sent shockwaves through the city and the nation. The manhunt for the bombers, brothers Tamerlan and Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, paralyzed the city of Boston for days. The elder brother, Tamerlan, was killed in a shootout with police, while Dzhokhar was captured after a citywide manhunt. The Boston Marathon bombing highlighted the evolving nature of terrorism, with the Tsarnaev brothers representing a new breed of homegrown extremists. The attack spurred a national conversation about the challenges of combating domestic terrorism and the role of the internet in radicalization. On the morning of March 11, 2004, a series of coordinated bombings ripped through 4 commuter trains in Madrid, Spain. The blasts, detonating during the heart of the morning rush hour, killed 193 people and injured over 2,000. The bombs, packed into backpacks and left on the trains, detonated in quick succession, turning the morning commute into a nightmare. The scenes at the Atocha train station were particularly gruesome, with bodies strewn across platforms and tracks. The Madrid train bombings sent shockwaves through Spain and Europe, exposing the vulnerability of the continent to the growing threat of Islamic terrorism. The attacks, carried out by a local terrorist cell inspired by Al-Qaeda, marked a turning point in Spain's history. On the night of October 12, 2002, the idyllic island of Bali became the target of a horrific terrorist attack. 2 bombs, detonated seconds apart, ripped through crowded nightclubs in the tourist district of Kuta, killing 202 people, including 88 Australians, and injuring hundreds more. The first bomb exploded outside Paddy's Bar, causing panic and confusion. As people fled into the street, a second, much larger bomb detonated inside the nearby Sari Club, unleashing a wave of fire and shrapnel. The Bali bombings, carried out by Jemaah Islamiyah, a Southeast Asian militant group linked to Al-Qaeda, sent shockwaves through the world. The attacks had a profound impact on Indonesia, prompting a crackdown on terrorism and increased security measures. The Bali bombings highlighted the growing threat of Islamic extremism in Southeast Asia. On the morning of July 7, 2005, a series of coordinated suicide bombings plunged London into chaos and terror. 4 bombs, detonated within minutes of each other, targeted 3 underground trains and a double-decker bus during the morning rush hour, killing 52 people and injuring over 700. The first 3 bombs exploded on underground trains travelling through the heart of London. The 4th bomb detonated on a double-decker bus in Tavistock Square. The London bombings, carried out by 4 British Muslims with links to Al-Qaeda, were the deadliest terrorist attack on British soil since the 1988 Lockerbie bombing. Despite the horror and grief, London responded to the attacks with resilience and defiance. The city's emergency services worked tirelessly to rescue survivors and treat the wounded. The London bombing served as a stark reminder of the enduring threat of terrorism and the need for continued vigilance. The attacks also highlighted the challenges of integration and the need to address the root causes of radicalization within Western societies. As we conclude this somber journey through history, we are left with a profound sense of loss and a renewed appreciation for the fragility of peace. The bombs we have explored serve as stark reminders of the destructive capacity of humanity and the ever-present threat of violence. Yet amidst the darkness, we also find glimmers of hope. We see the resilience of the human spirit, the unwavering determination to rebuild and recover in the face of adversity. We see the courage of first responders and ordinary citizens who risk their lives to save others. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Stay safe and stay informed.